So there you go again. The press are now reporting now is another midfielder apparently that Manchester United are interested in is I think he's 22-year-old German international Leon Goretzka, now from Schalke, as I've mentioned quite a few times. This is in the press. This is the main headline of the article story. I think it's in another media outlet as well, but apparently the press have reported that Manchester United have had an interest in this 22-year-old midfielder. He said Liverpool have had an interest, Arsenal have been interested in the player as well, and quite a few teams have had an interest in the 22-year-old player. Right, He's apparently now, the press are reporting, as you can see in the main headline, that Barcelona now have apparently pulled out of the race for 22-year-old Leon Goretzka. He's coming to a conclusion of his deal. He's coming to an end of his deal. I think Schalke are convinced they can sign him a 5-year deal in the process, but he's coming to an end of his deal. He was also very, very good in the Confederations Cup for Germany as well. And already the player this season, I think, has scored... I think he scored 4 or 5 goals in all competitions this season. He hit 5 goals in 30 appearances last season for Schalke as well. I think this is his 5th season, all in all, in process with Schalke. He's also been in the reserve team and he's risen up the ranks fantastically well. But he's an ex-Bochum player. He made his professional debut for Bochum back in 2012. Bochum, I think they call him, and... he went on to make 30-odd senior appearances for them. And then Schalke had purchased him in 2013, I think it was, for just £3 or £4 million, and he signed a 5-year professional deal in the process, and he's coming to an end of his deal. But initially said Bayern Munich had agreed a deal with him early on in the summer. But he's saying now apparently Manchester United could be emerged as the front runners now that Barcelona have pulled out of the race for the young 22-year-old, and he's supposed to be a bright young age prospect. So it says here in the press, Manchester United transfer news, Jose Mourinho set to launch bid for Schalke ace Leon Goretzka, with Barcelona stalling over offer for Bundesliga stars. So he's saying Barcelona have now pulled out of the race, so he's saying Manchester United, could be emerged as front runners to get the player's signature. So he is a player who was joint top scorer for Germany as well. He's also a player that... what else did he do? He's also a player that was very, very good in 2017 with Germany as well. And he's also a very skillful player. He's good in the air. He's competitive. His versatility is very, very good. His ball control is very, very good. His passing seems to be very, very good of what I've read of the player. He's a midfielder. He can play as a defensive mid. He has played on the right before, and he has played on left on each flank as well as the Leon Goretzka, the young 22-year-old. So the article's basically saying Man United could be emerging front runners now to capture the player and get the pursuit of the player now that Barcelona have pulled out of the race. And, it says here, Munich, he did say he was either going to be going to Munich or Barcelona, but now Barcelona have pulled out of the race, and Bayern Munich have also been heavily, heavily linked. So Man United, yes, it says here, are in the race for the player. And, yeah, so here we go. And they know how much of a good player he's explained, how good he was in the Confederation Cup. It explains how much of a good player he is overall, the player. So look, it says it here. It says it all here, and you've got it there. So that's the article of that. So you can find another article, Leon Goretzka. So yeah, who do you think Man United's next signing could be? Because we had the Ozil story earlier on, we've now got the Leon Goretzka story. That's in the Sun. The Sun have reported that. And then you've got one in the Daily Mail here. Let's see what this says in the Daily Mail. So you've got the Daily Mail. So yeah, it says it about that. Barcelona have now, obviously, it says, have opt out of the race. And it says Man United apparently could be emerged as the front runners to get the player's signature. But Barcelona actually were the favourites to land the player. Even so, Bayern Munich were the favourites to land the player. But now Barcelona pulling out. Could this mean Manchester United could prepare a bid for the player in January, because he is coming to an end of his deal. He's free to discuss with other teams in January. He's the player, and this is his 5th season now in the process with Schalke. He's nearly hit a century of appearances now with Schalke in the league as the player as well. So he does look a bright young age prospect, does the player. So there he is. So Barcelona have give up basically on the pursuit of the player as well. They have give up on the pursuit of the player. So there you go. Barca have pulled out of the race. So there you go. So there you go. Another article. What do you think to that situation regarding the Schalke midfielder Leon Goretzka? It said he's 22, plays defensive mid, can play on each flank on the right and left, and he's attacking midfielder as well. Looks a very, very good 22-year-old. Very good in the Confederations Cup. He's nearly hit a century appearance now for Schalke. He's also been in the reserve team. Made 30 senior appearances in the league with Bochum as well, in the Bundesliga as well. Did the player. He scored 5 goals last season as well. Did the player in the process. So, do you think there's any truth behind this article as well as the Ozil article as well? Because obviously, Jose Mourinho is still looking at to get young players in the team, because he's bolstered our youth academy very, very well. So yeah, he's bolstered our youth academy very, very well. So I just put my phone on charge as Jose Mourinho. So he still said he had an interest in 9 goals and he's 29, no highly experienced. Very, very good with Roma. I said 11 goals, 5 assists last season, 90 shots and 68 chances created in the process last season for him. And he's a very good dynamic box-to-box midfield. So it said apparently Man United have sent scouts to go out for him. It also said, I think our next signing could be still Antoine Griezmann. As I said, guys, in the process. The Ozil situation, as I do keep saying, as I did update you earlier on, it basically, what I showed you earlier on, basically, it explained about Mesut Ozil from Arsenal Football Club, that he's not satisfied with Arsenal Football Club. The article explained that basically it was discussing, the relationship and the bond that Ozil and Jose Mourinho had together at Real Madrid. As I said in the process, he made over a century appearances for Real Madrid. He scored 19 goals, 5 lot of assists. He's very good at providing assists. He's very good at creating opportunities. And what the article basically said is between Ozil, Arsenal and the representative, the contract talks and discussions have now come to a stall. So that means in the process, Arsenal are struggling to secure Ozil a new deal, and it said in the press the other day that they are coming nowhere near to coming to an agreement of signing Ozil a new deal. He was demanding a higher salary in his wage package as well. But he's a very, very good player. He's won 3 FA Cups, in 4 seasons with Arsenal Football Club. He won quite a few honours with Real Madrid. He was very, very good with Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid. Arsenal paid £42.5 million for him, the highest paid fee for a German player. As I said, but do you think he'd improve Manchester United? I think he operates best in that number 10 role, does Mesut Ozil. As I said, but it did confirm, basically, it said Man United may be willing to make a move for the player in January. But then another article said Man United may go for him next summer when he basically becomes a free transfer in the process. But I think Arsenal would rather cash in on Sanchez and Ozil rather than let both of their players go free next summer. So Arsenal can generate that money. They've generated a lot of money as it is for the departure of their players in August, but generate that money to find other possible replacements as well. But it basically said Man United could make the move for the player in January. It also mentioned Alexis Sanchez in the article as well, but I think he's favoured to go to Manchester City in the process as well. That's what it basically is. It's basically said in the media as well. So I'm just basically giving you my opinions on what's being said in the media. And I've just showed you the Leon Goretkza. So could Manchester United land Leon Goretkza? As I said, we've got Rashford, who's young there, very, very good, going developing. We've got Martial, who's young there. We've got quite a few youngsters in our team. And I think Mourinho, he's looking at the midfielder, for a long-term replacement for Michael Carrick. Because obviously he's aging up, he's won every single domestic cup for the club. He's obviously not going to be first choice, as I said, he's Carrick. And, he's made over 3 century senior appearances for Manchester United as Michael Carrick. And he's been at the club now over a decade as Michael Carrick, and he's performed fantastically well. So Jose Mourinho maybe looking at midfielder for a long-term replacement for him as well. And as I did update you the other day about... what's his name? Yansif Yusuf from Transbandor. Another player who's young. He's 20 years old, as I said. He's been at the club now nearly a decade at Transbandor. At 18, he made his first team debut at 18 in 2015. He made his first team debut. His first team debut was in a Turkish Cup game, and then in 2016 he made his first team league debut as well. And the Turkish press were reporting that Man United may be considering making a move for him. It said quite a few other teams were interested in him as well. He's a player that's made 70. He's a player that who's made 30 appearances and scored 6 goals all in all for Transbandor. He scored 6 goals and provided 10 assists in 22 appearances all competitions last season. He also made his international debut during the summer as well, but the president's come out saying they are not willing to offload the current player, but he does look a bright prospect, and he looks like he's recently ranked fantastically well as well. And Jose Mourinho's had an interest in him as well. But Man United have got quite a few targets. I said Man United still need a creative winner. I said we still possibly need someone at the left back position as well. And as I did update you yesterday regarding Romelu Lukaku, what we reported in the press that he's coming from his international duty. They actually reported that he suffered an ankle injury, during the Palace game. A player that's nearly hit a century goals now in the league. A player that's a good signing for us. He scored 11 goals in all competitions now for Manchester United. And what it said is that they reported that he suffered an ankle injury, but he currently had an MRI scan, and it come to a success because they didn't find any ankle ligament damage. They didn't find any ankle ligament damage. They didn't find any damage at all. So that had come to a success. And also it reported that what they said is they don't know, they can't tell if he's going to be able to play Belgium's upcoming games during the international break, because Belgium face Bosnia and Cyprus in the process of that as well. I think he's got a training programme coming up as well as Romelu Lukaku, but I think that he should be fine in the process. But anyway, we'll go back to what I said about the Schalke midfielder, Leon Goretzka. I've mentioned loads of times. He made 30-odd senior appearances in Bundesliga of Bochum. And then Schalke had bought him in 2013 for £4 million and he signed a 5-year professional deal. Did very, very good in the German Confederations Cup, as I said. I think he's already netted 4 or 5 times this season as well. He scored 5 goals last season, and he's nearly hit a century of appearances now with Schalke Football Club. And as I said, he can play as defensive mid, he can play on each flank as well. But now apparently that Barcelona have dropped out of the race. Man United could be made as front runners after he initially agreed a deal with Bayern Munich. I think it was in the August window for Leon Goretzka as well. But we will see what happens. So this is what the press have reported about Leon Goretzka. So anyway, guys, what do you think? Do you think there's any? Do you actually think there's any truth behind this whatsoever? Because I'm not pretty sure. But we will see what happens. But it said Man United are actually preparing to put a bid in for the young 22-year-old player as well. But he's good at linking up the play. He's good at passing the ball. He's control on the ball. He's good at holding onto the ball apparently. And he can score goals and make an impact in the mid as well. So do you think he can dramatically improve Man United? I want to know in your comments below. And take it easy, guys. And if you do consider subscribing, even drop a like if you do consider. And I'll see you all later on my next video. Bye.